Speed? Sound?
Yep. We're good.
Hit it.
Marker.
Action.
There are two kinds of questions you can ask.
It kind of came to me as a conversation that I imagined taking place between me and a friend. And I wrote it down, and I noticed that, you know, it's an epiphany moment. And it was at that point I was like, it would be great to see a series of short films about people having epiphanies in different circumstances, different places in the world, totally unrelated to each other, but it's a universal concept, having these realizations. And everyone has them in some way, shape, or form at some point in their life. So I really wanted to capture that moment where someone's consciousness shifts, and they learn and they grow and they become a better person. So my name is Akhil Khithani. I am the director-producer of If These Trees Could Talk. There's a sense of isolation on this island. They're away from the world, you know, all their problems, although they happen in the city, still follow her wherever she goes. And I came up to the island for a location scout, and I saw these two chairs, and I'm like, this is their spot. This is where they go to have these meaningful conversations, these deep conversations, where, you know, both of them are learned. This is where they go to escape everything in real life. The title, If These Trees Could Talk. The way I see it, trees are the ultimate symbol for wisdom. You know, they've been around for hundreds of years. They've seen everything. They've been through every season, every drought, every obstacle thrown at them, and they've learned from each and every one of them. So if these trees could talk, they would only answer with wisdom.
My name is Paul De Silva. I have two daughters, a cat and a dog, and life is good. Well, in this case, it wasn't such a big leap for me because I really related to the character, and that was one of the reasons when Akhil approached me to do it. And my first thing is, I'd like to know before I say yes, what is the character, what's the script, what's the set. The character is of an older man who's talking to his daughter, and, you know, giving her some advice and listening to her experiences. Being in this role of a father listening to a daughter and trying to give her some guidance or some advice is part of my daily life, right? Only I think Jahan is probably in the role listening more than my daughters would. Cut that out, don't say that.
Yes, yes.
It's just the way my daughters look at me. Yeah.
I'm Jahan Hashim. I'll be playing the daughter in this 1-minute short film. And what else would you like to know? Akhil, who is a good friend of mine, came to me with this concept, and I mean, I thought it was extremely cool that he wanted to do a 1-minute short. I'd never heard of that before. And the fact that, you know, you're being thrown into kind of the middle of a conversation without any context or anything like that. And I think the beauty of it is that it's left up to audience interpretation and imagination to kind of put the pieces together in a way. And I loved that. I love films that really make audiences think, and you know, they're kind of thinking about it after the fact is done, and you know, they're trying to figure out what it was all about and relating their own experiences to it and putting their selves into our character's shoes.
My name is Aaron Alter. I'm a hopeless romantic and I'm a cinematographer. One thing I really love that we did in this, we were very particular about our framing and about our lens choice. Like, for example, we only shot Paul with an 85, which is what I'm carrying right now, just to make him look very stoic and kind of peaceful, whereas For Jihan, we used wider lenses, so she would feel more distant and kind of more vulnerable in the space. Like, we talked about using studio lights, but we decided in the end to just try to control the natural light and try to time things so that we would get as much of like magic hour as possible. And yeah, and just sort of playing off of the environment, I think. Like, we tried to be very, very relaxed and improvisational. As much as we did talk a lot about the project, we kind of explored a lot of different scenarios of how the weather could change things and how that would change some locations. So I think for this project, it's just been cool to kind of respond to nature.
A film is an audio-visual experience, and 50% of it is visual, and 50% of it is sonic. My name's Sean Singh. I'm a sound recordist, sound mixer. You know, this is a really huge part of the film. When I first talked to Akhil about it, he really wanted it to feel like you're in the space. And especially being in a space like here, there's so much going on all the time. There's so much, it's such an intricate soundscape of so many different creatures that inhabit this island. And because of that, we really wanted to try and capture that as best we could. And I know Akhil really didn't want to try and cover it with music or do any sort of washing over empty space, but rather creating the environment and creating the space.
The crew is the best. I'm working with the best crew imaginable. They shared the same level of passion as I did for this project. I'm so grateful for that. Having them on set, you know, each one of them brought their own skills, their own creativity into it, and it was a total collaboration between us all. And that's really what I wanted, because filmmaking is all about collaboration. If it's just one person, it's bound to fail. So this time I made sure that I heard everyone's input and brought it all together to create our film. It's really our film, it's not mine. So what I wrote, it doesn't matter. Like, it was created because of the phenomenal crew around me.